Good morning, Western Washington, and happy Thursday. I'm Matthew Fab with Western Washington Weather, and today we're going to take a look at the uncertain forecast for this system moving into the area right now. We'll take a look at the snow potential, the wind potential, and how that is all going to impact the potential snow in the metro area. So starting with the satellite imagery here, the nighttime satellite here, you can see we got high clouds moving into the region right now. That is due to this system moving up through the Willamette Valley toward western Washington. So let's take a look at some of our observations to start off today. You can see we have gap winds gusting up over 50 miles per hour around North Bend, 40 miles per hour plus around parts of Maple Valley and Enumclaw. As we move to the south, you can see those offshore winds gusting really strong along the coast, especially around Long Beach and Astoria, 40 to 55 miles per hour. And then take a look around Portland. You can see 48 miles an hour at PDX there, and some gusts across parts of the Portland and Vancouver metro areas there of 40 to 50 miles per hour. That will continue through the day today, and that will have a big impact on our snow potentials. And then taking a look at dew points here, you can see it's extremely dry. We have dew points across parts of the metro area here between 0 and 10 degrees, down toward Olympia, down toward 15 degrees or so, and down looking toward parts of southwest Washington where there's also some snow potential. You have some very low dew points again, like 7 degrees in Portland there, and up toward Longview about 8 to 13 degrees. So obviously there's a lot of work to be done by the incoming precipitation to see if it can rise these dew points up a little bit to bring us to the point where we can get snow. So let's take a look at this system. You can see as we go through this morning, it brings snow and freezing rain to parts of the Willamette Valley. As we go into this afternoon, that precipitation starts to reach western Washington, lingers overnight into Friday morning, before finally pushing out of the area by Friday afternoon. And the problem is we have this extremely dry air. So you can see as we go through the day today on the European model, it starts to modify this air mass a little bit and warm up these dew points, which bringing up these dew points means that the atmosphere is getting more saturated, which allows that snow to fall. But you can see at 4 p.m. here, the dew points around Seattle are still in the teens, and you can see even down toward Olympia and Shelton, those dew points are in the low 20s. It's going to take a lot more than this to get snow down to the surface. So there may be snow showing up on radar, or we may be able to see snow just above the surface for hours before it actually reaches the ground. As we go to about 8 to 9 p.m. tonight, you can see this dry air is still impacting parts of southern King County, northern Pierce County there. Dew points getting up into the mid to upper 20s for parts of Olympia and Shelton there. As we finally get to about 1 to 3 a.m. here, these dew points rise up to 29 to 30 degrees, which is definitely enough for it to snow. However, we still may have some areas where snow can't even reach the surface. So there's a decent potential that some areas get a dusting of snow, period. Taking a look at the offshore winds today, you can see that the high-resolution rapid refresh model shows winds gusting up to 50 miles per hour around Portland, and then you can see the strong offshore winds up to 50 miles per hour between Long Beach and the northern Oregon coast. And then you can see the gap winds here across parts of the Seattle metro area, areas basically North Bend, Enumclaw, and Black Diamond, Maple Valley, all those areas, and areas along I-90 between North Bend and Snoqualmie Pass could get gusts of 45 to 55 miles per hour, maybe a few isolated 60-mile-per-hour gusts out there. However, this won't reach too far out into the lowlands. Areas like Renton Airport, they're gusting about 40 to 45 miles per hour, maybe 35 miles an hour or so for Bellevue, SeaTac Airport, and stuff like that. But otherwise, these winds are not going to be too impactful, mainly impactful for the wind-prone areas in the eastern lowlands here. So now taking a look at snow, you can see the models are having a difficult time pinpointing what the east winds will do to the snow. The European model here on the left shows 1.5 to 3 inches of snow across basically everywhere from Mount Vernon southward, and it doesn't really have an impact of these easterly winds here. Maybe a little bit of a reduction in snow toward 1.5 inches around parts of Federal Way, Auburn, Enumclaw, and Tacoma. But that's not that big of an impact. You can see there's not a huge difference between 1.9 inches of snow and 2.2 inches of snow. However, when you take a look at the GFS model, you can see it scours out a lot of snow for the metro area because of those east winds with a 1/2 inch to 1 inch of snow for Seattle, Tacoma. But then, as you go south of Tacoma, you can see 2.5 to 4 inches from Shelton and Olympia southward through Portland. So the GFS has that sharp cutoff due to those winds. So that is, you can see the uncertainty here. Now, even more uncertainty when we look at the NAM model versus the HER model. The NAM has a really nice deformation band setting up, giving the Puget Sound area 2 to 4 inches of snow. However, the HER model here has like 0, just a dusting, 0.2 inches, which isn't going to do anything. and that is because of those east winds. So you can see the uncertainty is still very large, and that is why it's a good thing to stay tuned on social media today. I'll be posting updates today, but especially tonight and into tomorrow morning as we get a better picture of what is actually going on with the real-time observations and the real-time radar showing where that precipitation is and where it could be falling if the dew points are high enough. Also wanted to point out that areas exposed to these strong offshore winds are going to stay pretty chilly today, with those wind chills in the teens this morning across parts of the Puget Sound area and around the Portland metro area. You can see across Portland those wind chills remain in the teens to low 20s all day. Warms up a little bit with feels like temperatures up to the mid-20s across parts of the Seattle metro area by this evening, but overall still a pretty chilly day across the region. So with it being such a dynamic weather day, be sure to subscribe here on the Western Washington Weather YouTube channel, and then follow me on Blue Sky, on Twitter, and on the Western Washington Weather Facebook group. Again, I'll be posting updates on all of these today and tomorrow. So thank you all very much for watching, and I will talk to you all later.